ferry. So come over ferry. Can you NPP for your car say? Bibia to Ghana. Emma omo MP bako. Shrenumpa. It's yet the Kamale Central here. Come over ferry. Come over Speka say Asundre. Me omane kan konti. Internet kubi city no. Omu jemu. And so money ferry.
Fenomakin and NPP say woman so our ferry. Komun kojina NS Yakumia yase. Enkonkoye campaign.
Akwatia for monte me ye pa.
NDC are coming with a new candidate. Anytime you bring a new candidate, the likelihood say NDC for new candidates will be winning the next elections near low, and that is where Dr. Bawumia comes in.
Into many bra bribi. Yeah, 12 more so who made Ghana swap. Why never be manage economy? Why never be a finance minister?
Yen Simon for you now but once again, Emra Jumadia Thrasia and summer a coso or my Ghana mu. Yedini yina ebre iPhone fino. Yedi hon komo NPP NFA NDC en komo bebre e refri o ma so ye e ba okopiem e wo Akwatia by election e ba be baso no a emu ye hye NPP amoyoko no se da bi wo mo sita aka e wo parliament esua enti kwan bia so e wo sa seat we wo mo maintain NDC amoyoko no se da bi wo mo ye 210 na so still omo be san agisi to ya kan ho se da be ya Akwatia ebe fa no ntoma pa efra quick one ebe ro na afi no ye dimu nkomo baren ye nkono yenkutie nsamo a minority leader afenyo markets ediko tudwa ewo Akwatia ebra na NS Yakumi ni 1 week no ekoso na abusua eno wachi no ensama siechire pa nti quick one yentie nsama afenyo market editudwa ne koba information bi wachi.
From Anajono all the way to Anopa. Yeah, lie. I got to Apano. Who are MPP Nimapa? Wonder. Yen Yan Fat Control. And final campaign. Mom, what did you say? And this is for the who be ever the same. Say, obedi and who shall be moved. I'm a party in Minia. I can be friendly. Yet the Abukujo somebody a trouba for Chiti Abu, they were wanting in Bible, not for face. I'm to climb to Obama or being for a movie show. I'm to climb to Obanza, who will feel go to their issue of parliament, you know. The NDC for Muni Ferrier. Some more Ferrier. Some more Ferrier. Can you MPP for your car say? Bibia to Ghana. Emma omo MP bako. Shrenumpa. It's yet the Kamale Central here. Omo Ferrier. Omo Speka say Asundre. Me omane kan konti. Internet kubi city no. Omo jemu. And so money Ferrier. Lawyer na ye was Supreme Court on threatening and kubi so be no. And omo akofa na ba. Kukudu. We are police station executive. We are floor member. That's a whoop party here. It's a net. And the copy of another. Make sure, sir. But one thing, there is not a time to demand for money. So we pay away. Mama, I am sorry. Waka. They are campaign. They are not Kwame, Asumedu, Miami, Kwame, Kwame, Anawukadi, Kukudu, it's Kwame, Asumedu, Oda Noma, Uncle, it's a woman, Yensum, not Embeka Yamu, 88, now 88, no. Namia Duma 2028. The majority. We need a buying back. Madam was in the mission.
A phenomenon king and NPP. Now, only my samba who may catch a phenomenon king and then go for. If I say catch almost say, almost our feria and Komun Kojina NS Yakumia Yasi and Conquer campaign.
Director, a seminar now because in this case. Wow, nipa ya usu udia refa wo se amamfo mesu mu awo no what Jaisun no a preposition. Oh, Pempaninie. DNA, dear dance, you say, any penny wound, a yawa.
Asamo.
The writer Ujina na yase. And when you break on your home, because Uhiam Konya 88 in Parliament. Oh, now the Indian in Nipano. Also, no moment yet. Only our own soon. Omar one channel so. Now when you Kunyana pray. How does this make sense?
And do there yet, yes, and this is why mistakes say. Wamu kwa Akwatia by election. And the other now also kwa Kojina NS Yakumia Yase. Akwatia campaign Yama NPP.
I'm sure. Say you can see a can say, young for ferry and you woo. And take a decision there. Any MPP for also many woo who say, any panel woo, not yen see an impo. Now when you pray, say when Biaso, we need to win this seat. Not a year nasi, moya campaign. Say cause almost on Kamure woo. The writer, I'm a walker, go be a banner, Monday Tibono. Oh, Obi Timmy Shaman Po, and a Sebi, or no the politics in Combo, but a quiet produce stage, Moniasia wo out, Moniasia, we say, then, and a Modiam campaign because a bigger platform, Yamadi campaign. Sesiano, MPP strategy, on media campaign, Akwatia, Sir, Omokan, some man talk a electric, Nasum, sir, a omufa humobro nkotwa ba no okay enye mpuntu no mede kotwa bo because o kasa mpuntu anya wo ayi o party wa man mu of course
enti untimi mfa mpuntu nkonkwe de enkwa campaign enti humobro ya na so mede campaign
the writer I agree that is the only way enti na nkomunya no kwampa so nti kwa ayi na se no ombeba na muti homobo na kusu enti eba sa unni politics nkomo bebre wo ho enti mu hwie ayi na mo sore a when na mobesha say the next day mobenam afiefie ma ka kire nkrofo say abanu kra ne yenya ya ke nko but because ya nko a enye yie ntu de momwai na monto aba my candidate but ugina yase eye campaign eye dede e ka MPP nsema wo se mo ka uya wo se hwe no opponent anko se sa ne ye ka ne dia se MPP ni ne tiso e na sabi wawu nti wo se ndisi jai mamwa but enya typical example was a MPP for so enyusu eri hu se Tamale Central then dey enye case because Gabon is so omo ntimi close into no monko but as enough say jachi kwesi na we ne ye and ye say owodo citizenship oye Ghana ni ye Canada ni enti say nkra ka na ansesa ye nyini free parliament enti na MPP for mo ni mpefe say akonya ne NDC dia nipa ni ngui and ye mo NDC for replace no mo for before from ra mo yi nipa de one coin e ma mampani any vice president and adu nyina ko hobby ekoye campaign ekoyi kwatu nsuo and amanfo no ka kire mo say omo pe NDC candidate dachi kwesi na and omo to abama no eno na nya fere na nya niwo the writer ko kumawu na sai kwa adwoso say NPP nipa efri mu a ekwan omo fa so eye dede because they know say they can win it with ease but when na team omo no and they said you kan ye na no yen pre sympathy vote yen kan sembi na manfo adwenye omo say e ya rehosem na ato nipa nti munyina na so nto aba mai because on timi mfa mpuntuo enye campaign the right na ma adwenye me say Mr. Alexander Kwame na Afenyo Markins honorable na ma adwenye me say na nsementini ka bebresa it in the way of politics na nkrofo complain no or try so be change not knowing say wakote onko ba bia
on change ye
or tete haya
na
on sesan
eno obi be ka say Afenyo Markins de dada na
right asem dada na but election with right asem ne say NPP no more every opportunity say and community development ebe convince Akwatia for say ye buy in 8 years adwuma we na ya ye Akwatia
okay
enti mo hwe no so nto aba maye but they cannot say adwuma we na ya ye Akwatia adwuma na nko mbetimi agiye dede eye DVL officer na nado ehyaase enso in 8 years na nado ntimi anwie adwuma no enti se wo hwe a din se wo de sa project no ebe ye campaign
na me kura me MPP fo anka ma fere se me kwa kogina Akwatia aye campaign Akwatia ho no edi no maye no ho kana Akwatia fo nto aba mam I'm sure we are simple
right say problem ni nyina ne say anka noa na ye easy way but in 8 years no o ma nye projects wa Akwatia
se me no mienu ni ho tibia na project MPP aye no eso
right
to mo nka me kai wo mo se ko mo nka no mo fa o ka dia nka NDC ntimi wi ni aba ye
yamwa wo said ya woka say projects na o maye no ommo di say ya ba ye 8 years akwatiafo ye we ma muntimo mpe dan ye sisi harmony anye hospital ye si ye mukwan ye kutu na akwatiafo ahwe no so one dress one factory no no magina no so akase ampa NPP in 8 years mo serve ye nti you need this seat
eno nso no se nkomo ye bibia nka 24 se nkomo kan de wini o
and right asem ni nyina no say so omo ye adwuma wa akwatia ho a nka asem ni meduru
sakabu ni nye close to 2024 yi
very simple wa nya adwuma say the ama case na ehu kra ne say nyankopo ya adwuma a day before election no DVL office na omo si ye omanwie no in 8 months President John Dramani Mahama atwa so awie okwa bia no a day before election
and yes basa disano be frɛ Bawumia na kwana
director say that be Bawumia do frɛ Bawumia so be frɛ bia na
sasa kufuado project a Mahama ye obeto aso wie ye no okwa no on frɛ Mahama ne nko
on frɛ no
do say Mahama nko na be ko
because say ka frɛ na say bia kejetia phase 2 na bia na na do ba ho no na na frɛ mampani mama say wo na wo sha ase nti me ba ho abaya di nti be ka me ho wan frɛ enti onu so what started DVL office wa kwatia wan wie oba ye 8 months onu so be sia wie okobia no obeda fro director nti asam no edene
se bia before come say ya be si DVL for office ya wie mo hwe so nto aba maye se nko ina
akwatia fo nyina nso ni baabi a wo si dan ni duru ye level ana dan ni duru no akwatia fo nyina nim stage ana ewo enti wonti me meka nkyere o mo say ye si DVL office ewie ye because adia with the 8 years aya akoso pam na obi di 8 months pe and adia enwan say right adia ba kokra NDC can convince Akwatia for with ease enie MP ni wu ye no eni 2 months right so sisi a e ba se be ko by election 1 month mu nie enti nya se 1 month no e na aban ne di akodan no ho akosi dan na wie e be commission enti na kire se mampani ne take over no o she project na se wo kwan so ansa na by election e ba nti e ba sa Akwatia fo no be hu se okay enye by election mpunti e na omo ye dan because omo start se omo toa so ansa na by election e ba nti okko commission na o ka bibia it is easy for Akwatia fo to listen but said you
one thing na I want to ha MP for year candidate no candidate MP mo candidate ni de enhye kwan sa say omoja sa nti obi kware ns
hotel me me
omoja obi kware ns kumi wo so de ato aba ma MPP
of course
candidate na wo beto aba ma no obesa dwene hu tutu
anything the right one say sometimes nkomo ye nkomo a the be na kase in politics enye party ni kwa ne matter but individual na odi ni gina no oye the main factor man for be so ato aba nti aside ye kan NPP anya adwuma NPP ye adwuma any a whole lot of issues no odi no to ncha candidate no Solomon Owuo Adomako Owuo right at this stage obi e kwato bo hwese candidate we candidate akwa parliament ya betting kan na even in opposition our qualities bia obetima konya links edi even senya ban project ya individuals private companies obetima twa ma ba na the answer is something which is there IBBO obi anu ho wagidie e wo wom said you kai no owo nkaja enti edin say obi a oye floating voter beka say meto ma ba mu and these are petty reasons ema NDC candidate no clear advantage say or the win election edin but over anything
quick one yentu mikana enkoche nsema miracle sabuaje area tudwa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia honorable Kennedy akompre kwa Japan brane champon and NDC nso wom waye analysis bi na no achi no abusua ensama akofa ba na sewani ensesame ena mekacho yenya butrentie ne nsam ne yekoba information ha.
And the Ghanaian voter runs a lot of comparative analysis. And the way a Ghanaian voter they run in a comparative analysis and say, yetie wo wasem no, ni ya twentwen wo so. Na dia ono yete ne dia no previously no, ya ma no kwan so no so me ne nhwe. O ya na ya kan say na wo dia o kan ya say nhwe da, yen kokoti we radio no ka no. President Kufuor 1996 against President Rawlings the first time. No, President Rawlings won. Because President Rawlings was going for his second time. President Kufuor eba a friend is saying second time in the year 2000, no?
Yes.
NDC had the Professor Mills in the buy for the first time. The Ghanaian people said, no, we have heard President Kufuor, we've heard the things he said in the past. The NDC were not happy with what you did between 1996 and 2000. Let's allow Kufuor to also do his and see. Then President Kufuor came again in 2004. Yes, a friend is saying, so far so good. It was only becoming here. You remember so far so good. And about 2008, no, and another done Kufuor buy very fantastic ideas. Kufuor started talking about free SHS in 2008. You know that free SHS was our flagship message in 2008. Then President Mills came. When we are gonna for kind, almost no. Papa, what can I say much change? I started kind from the year 2000. Train Kufuor the train with you know. Yeah, share the honor so bit by then obey. Because they've been hearing President Mills speak on his vision for all this while. Then Kufuor lost 2008. In the Kufuor bad 2012, President Mills said, "You man are all you know. 1 year in we and I say Otoye and President Mahama Eden Ababe acting. Yaman and twice on your President Mills said, "You man Eden in we." Or ye we in a court 2016. Oh, now cry the man answer the name Bono Masa. Kufuor Kasa Yache. Yamon so many day. Yenshe. And the Kufuor so be any day 2020. President Mills away your man penny da crowd about 20 almost debi. Kufuor the Jubana was starting on your day. We yaman and twas we a pet. No say we no need no one ye yaman me fan to us no no so. This is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's time. For us in the NPP, no, the electoral history yamdiamawi and the electoral record yamdiamawi clear say NDC4 are coming into 2008 elections as an incumbent.
Yes.
And that is a huge advantage. The second thing they say, they could have come into these elections as an incumbent with the sitting president. And the record shows say all incumbents with sitting president have higher chances of winning the next election, especially against a first time your friend is saying contender. Now, the biggest chance of the call elections against NDC, and they say NDC are coming with a new candidate. Once your mama, His Excellency, and Zaka say, even though any choice, no. But that's the friend is saying statement issue, no, presents MPP with the biggest advantage, at least to level up, have one also against the NDC. So the NDC already has incumbency advantage over us. If they were coming with an incumbent candidate, it would be a double advantage. But here we are, they are coming with a new candidate. We now have to take a stance as MPP. And the CSA is taking time to say, what do we want to do? At this point, NDC for the new candidates, but what does the electoral record of Ghana says? It says that anytime you bring a new candidate, the likelihood say NDC for new candidates winning the next elections near low. Because you know why? Because we will you candidate in somewhere 2027. I feel no beton, home beton vision. Ghanaian voter no takes time to assimilate. Obed no more seminal, half hour seminal, it take time. Into by the time I will be about to be now, you're ready, Maui. Yes, you can see you completely new candidate. Net say, you're 2 year advantage near one. Actually, and I judge I won't have any NDC Naba by because NDC new candidate Naba. And yes, Uncle, you bet to me take advantage, you know. Yes, you are offer new candidate, but NDC still have their incumbency advantage, so they have one over us. And that is where Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia comes in. Or coalitions maybe when to me and win, but close to 42% of the voters in the Ghana naturally say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ni swadi hu o ma man you wogidi wom. It means that you 9% be as Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said that 20 boas no eden or church omunia memu no munyanti ase no meto abama no. Obi, it doesn't make political strategic sense to drop obia what testing the pain what the now market na what testing no we numbers will be to my day in your mouth and go and take somebody that is coming with a completely blank sheet with hope.
But our party for said that analysis is problematic in the sense when we hold that to be true, then 2028 is already lost for the NPP because then the NDC will go into that election with 57% vote another
so obi obeka sa no kra na je so no kra na it is on share that still on steady the sociology and political environment of Ghana because listen to what I said carefully. I have been giving you an analysis of candidates,
not parties.
Yes, Mahama vote in NDC votes. Remember that the NDC comes with their vote, and then the candidates, and also candidates in Ankasan so is bringing something onto the table. You understand what I'm saying? Into 56 point something here, Mahama vote. Mahama na ye contestant. No? If you don't believe in what I am telling you there, they will don't need you. It means that anybody at all we present as the party's candidate should win because or the party no vote never. But you know that is not correct. Otherwise, we'll not be running what we are running. There is a reason why you are saying I can win. Why? Because you think that you bring something to the table. Why are you now going to pick? Is Mahama going to run the elections in 2028? No. So Mahama's 56% is gone with him. The NDC are bringing a candidate who is also now coming to test whether the Ghanaian voters will accept them or not. So Bawumia's 41.7, and I said 42, almost 42%, 7%. You know, and you tested. That is Bawumia's strength. That is Bawumia's strength. We have not tested your strength. And the new NDC candidate, you know, doesn't have Mohammed's vote. On also be tested on also the strength. Now look at this. You can actually do 80%. You could do 90%, but you could also do 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%. So hope, assumptions, guess, belief. That is where the risk is.
How about the party member who has been sold the narrative? Say wonam kroma udebusa ordinary taxi driver, ordinary mechanic, ordinary hawker. Say why na say MPP for the ne bar Ghana for betwaba amano. One of the aspirants message out there how would the Bawumia camp counter a message like that?
Yen testano through the primaries into the eco contest. Remember that MPP has 40,000 polling station executives in every corner.
Yes.
There is no better way to measure the sentiments of people than using the polling station and branch level. Because branch level, they know your polling station is the lowest level in our political structure. Me obalata the number of police stations on a small group. Now say the easy amana say average of 500 voters per area. So no problem. That will be tested during the primaries. So your primaries in that's a primaries and say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, that your argument is moot. You understand what I'm saying? Because the primaries represent 40,000 polling stations.
But those are MPP for. The argument they say
also say
almost outside the NPP for. Ghana for will be.
No, but that has been tested already. When we went out there to test, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's strength has been identified. There is no assumption on that anymore. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's strength has been identified to be 41.7%. Yours haven't been tested. What do you test you? And I will say, oh, but me tie microphone. What na count? Me tie microphone. I'm say me. But you better. Okay. Until you are telling us, okay, Bawumia there 41%, 41.7% na ye nimu no. Yan tontwene na ye hope said ya wo ka cha yen say odo waso tse ye no. E ye no. And I make us say no. There is a risk in there. Remember say Bawumia there also there is a risk. There is a risk in every election. However, you are better off taking a hazard with obi or no akobi. Ama ye hu ni obetumi enya. A ye hu say aka na 9% than their uncle be the crowd or the num or John num actual. Because Obi, you better to me we need to be account. One will be a call election or something to me we need that. One will be a call election. Like I say, Obi about met to me we need met to me say said your mama called 2016 or so to me we no lose here. Or about 2020 not so to me we no lose here number. It will be a to be car. But in this particular instance, you were 1,200 days. You have opportunity to run against an NDC candidate that is new, which according to the electoral history shows to say, oh, you're newer, the likelihood of winning is less. What it means is that the data supports what I am saying. What data doesn't support is your guesswork, your assumption. There is no data that supports their whole canon, but there is data that supports the fact that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has 41.7% of the voting population that have confidence in him. It means that MPP Yejuma Pan say you better 9% beer. Almost so you better your boss at church room say no my day. Or my baby will say there be for not to change. Me dear me catch us any pane me. Na famiko. You yate, but risk no sondodo. Because what's the young bumpire say you don't quite between 50%. What's the young phone con nipa 50 yen nipa no concasa na move 50% and tomorrow. Yes, oh there be. Yen for the no akobi da na onya 41.7% you bet me di ho dance here. Say ampa honorable addresser tomano. So what you say? Into a common 9% person say 2 boy say no muso kasa. Ni no mo fan beka. I think nothing beats this particular logic. All the rest are assumptions. They are all can ya assume me say nkrofo say obi nkrofo be. We can only test it from the data. nkrofo say eno kwa wona wo kan wona wudwa wenum because all third parties are omo akwakoye omo independent in chese Bawumia is leading but wona wudwa wenum say nkrofo say eno na make say too much risk because every so betumi de wako ye do kwa na no troka we are not troka ebenden you 1200 days you need another opportunity now so we born troka 2028 do you know what it means? What it means is that NDC candidate in November 2028 now has become a second term contestant in the 2032 elections. What high?
Miracle Sabuaji.
I can.
What can I drink?
No, I can.
But yes, you about can I drink?
Of course.
Analysis ya oh ye. Me news are phone in the bay out drink ya. I phone so be an channel comment session.
Okay.
I say what can some boom and walk Cassidy be favor or no Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Yeah.
Now we screen the swap picture me that so.
Okay.
Commander picture better than she.
Director.
Miracle Sabuaji.
Aha.
Mo. I'm open nine.
I'll say I can 9 It's 9 na kano. Let's say we print out ade. To ko baby a she no say I can 9%.
I say say.
Director say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in previous election onya 41%. Nti ano da ho aka 9% to mbekwa akofa abesoso in 2028.
No marry. MPP fo nya de omoye no. Omunya 41%. And 2028 election now omu kon. Omu pe just 9% pe na asoso. No omu nim say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ekoye kotokuom bridge no. MPP stronghold. Sa 9% 41% na omu so omunya ye no. 1% bi atie fi su kotokuom fo se. Omu nto aba ma MPP bi emu. Enti se abeka say 40%.
40%.
Enti 9% runya so so abe 49.
Director. No krani nyame anim nie. Na omwanwa na election no. Ebesi na yemu bi gidi se omunya 38.2%.
Ndie.
Eji so omuso omunya 41 po a. Yemfa 41 nkadete omu yemfa ncha omu se munya 41. Na yensha se ni nkomo. Director, in the first place said you can here. Every single area be aban ni be performing beyond their expectation bia no. Aban ni be gain vote e wo ho. It's a typical example. In the Ashanti region. Ube say NDC vote in Ashanti region, especially at Mamponia, Ayeke, Ebekosoro, until 41% no, a swati in that place. Now,
our cancer be said, Bawumia dear, our percentage at the order. In this Romuko Kennedy, and I brand a champion, and I'll be a duchum nomade in bar. Only percentage be your day back. Now, percentage no pradia, who this was a percentage in a candidate in India. I am Muhammad and Timama Kono, or the a percentage in a na me bacho.
Okay.
I 2008 Atamas Everton Kunyana Sono.
Okay.
Oh, I mean for the 2012 na 12. Oh no. Or the a percentage in Korea. It is what the percentage look Korea. And then Mahama a new candidate no. Oba really.
Right, I'm sure.
Anna
candidate be a qua or the percentage because a candidate in India. Enti former President Mills adding a percentage koi and now President John Dramani Mahama every 5 months and now more than 50%.
That time na Kufuado up on the message 2008. Kufuado went to me.
Right, Kufuado 2008 akọ runoff. Now the one said in 2008 Kufuado nya around 49%. Inti na nado epe less than 1% at their social. I win it 2012.
Oh.
Na nado dine 49% ni nyina no e kwa 2012 no okoduru ye andru 49 biem ni nkrofo ni bi wu ya na na nado 49 na no okuta in 2008 no oduru 2012 na bi ewu ana e ye den na wansanya the 49 ni pepepe the better common sense atoda bi nkrofo bi ho a omo the politics e kata omanim e kasa as if say adwene bia na ni tirim in this case nkomo ni yedi 41% no assume say omo ye nwan e na wabobuo e na ode omagun oloko omo enti obi ampie omo hyedem na o feedi omo enti okotinchini akoto nwan 9% e de baba so 41 so na ba no 50 and right in this case enkrofo atu abama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no the question is dey no omo gina so to aba or say o believe in science and data e na ode na adwuma data no so be ka kire o say enye ni personality ni nkwa no hwe so to aba edem NPP enkrofobia ho they voted for NPP not because of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia but because of ebimpo a na nadwa na okwa nchen no na adwuma bi a oye ya e source ani panani e no gina so say ma me maintain NPP the director ebi nso wɔ hɔ a na yɛ running mate mpo a ebi a Dr. Mahmood Bawumia peke no ebi mpo no ɔbɛsesa running mate no yɛ wɔ nkurɔfoɔ bi wɔ hɔ a they believe in nneɛma bi a na Dr. Mahmood Bawumia ka sɛ ɔba ɔbɛyɛ typical example na ɛhyɛ nkurɔfoɔ bi tirim sɛ Dr. Mahmood Bawumia sɛ president mama ba obetwa free education enti osuro sɛ free education yɛ betwam nti ma mento abama Dr. Mahmood Bawumia president mama ba wantwa free education nti saa nipa no on trust Bawumia biom ni vote enko ho
oh yeah
aside that enkomo mo sa bedi sɛ president mama pese okɔ term enti ma yɛ ntoba mpo ma na no waba no akɔ term no saa enkomo no so wa cancel it out nti nkrofo bi ha they believe sɛ enie na utwa ntrato ne so economy na went man manage ni yie no ya amafo adwom sɛ oh na yɛ global crisis ɛyɛ Russia Ukraine war ɛyɛ COVID-19 nti sɛ ato force ni NDC manage ni better than you are in this case and crofo a na omo je wa asem ni die no omo nyi ni biem o 41% no enya adwuma science and data be na ogidi data ni efiri hefa erata etoda bi a nkrofo bi kasa in a way bi a odwene ho a wonte ase odi nkomo bi say within NPP say obi say Ghana fo ne pɛ no abonten fo pɛ no nasem ono no mo pɛ so obelidi na omo to abama no enti no yenkoso ne hwe in the party the party for ni jitu a je say the amanfo kan no kra
ho na nka me ba no say obi bisa no say and na montinsi abonten konko busa say when na Ghana for say MPP ne ba when na ye beto abade ama no honorable Kennedy ana brother champion ana dutwuma ana kwabere Japan ana Bawumia unsana ase ode ensem no wada
of course
but onim say NPP koi candidate ne ba ye na 2028 ye ba beto aba no enti ye beto aba no hwede ye te he kan enti ada na wontie ya asam no na mfa nkoi candidate
Roger on tip politics na say
ada no wontie sia boten
o say omo 40,000 delegates a omo na ba beto aba no omo from polling stations enti omo so ye from for pa accepted 40,000 no omo nyeye dabi omo adwene nko omo MPP 40,000 no omo dwene MPP adwene ye dwene Ghana for adwene rebeta omo ye de ebe favor MPP as a political party omo nye de ebe favor Ghanaians in this case say obi MPP ni a na MPP for aka kire omo ho say ya team na ya te no Dr. Mahmood Bawumia ne nkrofo honorable Kennedy pese odin nkrofo outside ebe shem but the ideas of Nana for the person to us no Bawumia pen na Nana ideas ni tum nti NPP before we make sure say any maintain Bawumia na Nana do ade na oye no onto aso but baby ya bedru no Ghana for doesn't think that way Ghana for adwo you say Nana do ne Bawumia ideas no dead and gone atwam enya papa
ezo say okọ memfa ne say utisi form a the form no be ka choose say every before candidate papa bia honorable Kennedy and also Modeneba.
Of course.
Bawumia dear, or Messam Manu. Bawumia crowd 38% no grow.
Me dear, one say, I said, I am a person who sat miracles about Dr. Mahmood Bawumia said, and to many bribe. Yet 12 moments who made Ghana swap. Why never be manager economy? Why never be a finance minister?
Yamte. Sakasa Semi,
what I'm saying. Send near 12 Dr. Mahmood Bawumia as president. Why ordinary finance minister? I'm an African Samson. Odia kai wani in omu group no say omu wo bi a obetima manage economy na odia ka omu try all the best arm wo anyeye nti why bi
waka asemu
right I'm sure
waka asemu say when e ba manage economy
why e ba manage economy no the wo mutima ne say ye pa akonya na di we just want to be there but omu nhihye say adwuma na ye ba ba ne ye ba we expect in this food obetima yama na bro so in this case why Bawumia amfa Kenofreta amfa Amina Adam amfa why biem na wo ho right I'm sure
na miracle sabuaje se kase ansa no bia beba ba weni akonwa no ni wadi ka contested da wadi ka to ne nsem na me pacho o kan no onim se 2012 John Dramani Mahama emma meton ne nsem da na kufu do aton ne nsem aso ma fa ho ba weni jan
right se same way no kan the best science and data in Ghana politics since 1992 ni say every single political party be ako 8 years mebwa
oh yeah
party be any wa ba onko 8 years from 92 into 2028 at an MPP helm.
And the when no kwano, say MPP for sign mistake, Eddie Bawumia bar. And you likely say NDC ebe free to 2028. Now NDC at was 2028 now 2032 no. A very difficult say. And MPP asande Bawumia na besa kwa 3 times.
Happy.
Anya possible sir. Akufo de no en happen sir. And say no say ho no so no. Almost had the new candidate ne beba. And likely say new candidate mo candidate no kwa new candidate ne ba. Obelusu. And at that time, no MPP, Kobe 16 years old.
And right now, sometime in the year, I want to have a copy.
What you say?
Say, yeah, you should date and a dear cancer man. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia about 2028 at Obelusu. Because party Biagan had a live for 8 years into Obelusu into Olusua. Now, only date and all come. It was because MPP pending for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Mabim. Into what new candidate, who the new candidate bar, NDC, you know, or a certain president. Oh, the announced way. The other na mo for candidate to be fufro bi ma. Mo the candidate fufro ne ba no de be wo kra no a. 32 no wa hese ne be fa. Yeah, right. And question them and trade the favor. Na entity be mfrim. Na metna TV so.
Na so
any radio so ka de opek.
O de ba no so usua de no be kantai.
Anything I make a trend say. E free na ekọ. Na miracles abuaje ankotena dem. Ankofa data hunu bi ameka. Because so cover data who be abeka, we will come and tell him say data way in him.
Okay.
And twasum.
Okay.
Right at Ninsam de Cassa ya car. Yam fancy. But else I didn't say Missy. Oh, na yet one comediation.
Na commander Martin Komobi.
Okay.
Na en common I am a dead. Members am kwame tie. E be say I for ne e tie fo so e tie san common bi. Na bibia ay kama ona mo baba jama. Owo Eastern region. Oye NDC ni na wadi nkomo bi afa Akwatia ba election na eba be baso na busua emu de iye nkotie ni nsem no
na alaje mamemra Akwatia ye ne na bi adi nkomo sese ya eno so Akwatia ne kra de wo mo age awie because wo kra wo konyina kaka se candidate na mode ne kɔ no wo mo nama na se mode ba ko no ankasa ekɔ ena modi we yaba nti ni chase nya dia be yield any resource enyam bia sa se mu sa na aka no
kwame na bi nwa me mo pop o se eno na me kanu e na ye politics e hin ni e ka o se ubisa no se ukura o ka chense one tin sa nso o se me kai wentimi anchire ehina medina akai wentimi anchire se baba mekanwa ha ana mekanwa ha intiye den ne akwada me na metiti no yo buy be started den tembo ye memu nsem ko school ama wa be lawyer eme o ye full lawyer practicing lawyer ne lawyer keke for lawyers no you practicing lawyers and you lawyers or qualified lawyers or more. So what man say? Ubia a qualified lawyer, but it's not everybody who is practicing. But this boy, you know, or a practicing lawyer. In the beginning, the makers will be a practicing lawyer. New ubia sabi or no see any mining. Intimate as a mining age, my papa. But in terms of knowledge to go to parliament, you know, lawyer. Any politician no any lawyer ne minor no one no ko parliament here obetima bo man yipa
o ba say wa MPs bebre wo a wo munye lawyers but they are performing critically
a lawyer ne me can say ene nipa mienu na age na ana me boa baako minor ena baako ye lawyer parliament so ko twimu a wo kan say
dia
parliament your friend say
marashebedwa
ena mrenim ni ejina wa ani ni otu fan otu agudie no omumienu ha na bitima ko parliament mana yi kwame enti so bi bejina say lawyer onu ye qualified practicing lawyer oni mumra ani obia onu minor no ye say na me kanu mi mu na nim tese minor nya adwuma but obia ni na adwuma esi ayi akokofia simedu ukase onne Bernard Bini ako lawyer bedi ako to good so mumi enu jina oni epobi to good me kola me NDC ni makasa asimedu mko anameboa because mining no ye anameboa but ye pobi ko mrashe bejem na lawyer gyina hɔ a wosɛ man na nkɔ wate bi da nti yɛn deɛ yɛasɛm yɛ ketewa bi akwatiafoɔ ɛna nim difference a ɛwɔ nipa mmienu ntam baako yɛ lawyer mame saa asɛm yi a meka yi ɔmo gye ma no esi bɔne meka no before primaries no koraa o na menim koraa sɛ lawyer bɛdi ako na ɛbɛwini anaa okoyo na ɛbɛwini a media na madwe mu ne sɛ sɛnea na okoyo gyina egu so gyina court nti no anka ɛbɛyɛ yi a anka yɛ mɔ ntoa so but dodoɔ no ane ne anya agyen ɛne yɛkɔyɛ primaries na nyame adom yɛakɔakɔyi lawyer ɔba bɛgyina hɔ ma yɛ enti sɛ asɛm a woka no before primaries no koraa na obi abɛsie no afei obi kokuru bɛsɛ mesi onye kore omo logo ya na nzo no anim se na wa si ni trim adwumboni bi pe na opeso oka ba no ku pa ne se nipa mienu ne jamfa nipa me nsa baba ko no do no nka ho ndi ya na ya mo ni din nipa mienu no ba ko eye lawyer practicing lawyer ba ko eye minor any lawyer ye the parliament wa one osoko one betimi akọ one betimi aye ho adwuma nti a choice between right and mistake ususu the right person to go to parliament that is the lawyer who mistake no ususu minor that is a mistake nti yeni the difference between the lawyer and a minor so mining ne koye dia and dia sumadu na osoko but ye kwakoshe mra dia and then akwatiafo ne also kokoshe mra no a lawyer be dia ko a o si na yedi mechi nti kwa me ubisa me a na asemo a wo no
I see na mama nhwe wodi akwatia emra se bedwa konya ne da na stakes are high for you say mo betimi awene ana sentiment movie say is too close to call.
Oh, Akwatia's election has always been too close to call. This is not the first time. Ostatifi 2000. Many Kisijina and Kinisibini. The difference was less than 2000. The next one, the difference was just around 2000. The third one, the difference was about 1,600 or so. The next one, the difference was about 571. The next one, I must say, we only big margin of about 4,000 to 5,000. But to call you the difference was just 1,157. And you can see, say, the trend and Akwatia swing 2000, 2004 MPP. 2008 MPP, 2012 NDC, 2016 MPP, 2020 NDC. So that's how the seat swings. They swing seat. In the any swing seat, no practically no, too close to call. But in this situation where you mean say President Mahama will not change, and they could hear for Pimpuntua, they should vote for. They will join, you vote for somebody who will go and join him. And I'm a so if you decide to be a mofufra, then you now ought to put your question. Because Ohineba any papa etiase. He president that they are I didn't know see a course of science. So really I will urge those people to move to put you up with there. Issue also me then etuma lawyer
na ayi ba ko bi na wo make ayi say enka wo retaining the old one no and not based on what premise
that was before
before okay
before the primary so and I expressed that view
all right
and we friends many way for one of your radio station Katana who beside me say so what was my personal opinion about them? So me before the election, my position was that they maintaining old one because no. But majority carries the vote. So the party decided to say compromise. There's no problem. And they should go and they compromise. Yakoi lawyer or deny name. So now, as long as the candidate no sense, what we are doing now is campaign ye ne betumi aye ama lawyer na win because he na ye ade papa ama Akwatia man. So that's the position. So
Now,
can some no be confirm about to say there things it doesn't hold water.
okay. Now, Mami Musadi we Akwatia by election. There were around 5,000 men or officers of the Ghana Police Service. At the flashpoints, they were all doors.
Akwatia concerns in so far. You da sebre, so we watching if you or change him if you are. Ochimemu achim abuakano dasibre ni disu so nimsa enti yo dasibre awo achimu achi yo saber mo wi dasibre nso fi wa yo saber ma bako enum Akwatia dasibre o saber ma apnama yo saber ma ejinasi yo saber ma yo okumeni yo saber ma takrasi yo saber ma uyi ho free wa asabenu ansa na ya babarema yo bodia barema kusi barema topraman barema anyway inti ayin kronu dofu yo nkwa kase nkwa be 40 and 15 so advance ani na no u she sende kronu tia kura ya kase enti ene no so emunsu twe sabi ubefi apena ajinase achemu abechemu akotese oboko ahriaso no kwame elise ufi insawom eba asamankasi o
Emutwe
oh no ubefi insawom ba bedu asamankasi sana different ubefi ajinase kwa kosi difference ahriaso ene kwanketwa anza ufi onso a so ufi Akwatia na okumeni etwemu akọ aboabo ewurum akwakosie krafita ni omo akaka hona a huge area and definitely no the police for no ababe reki no ma wuni say 5,000 between the aboa se bibie niwa esin asonje yesi wa blekuma no yempese be hu bi Akwatia yesi hunu bi pen is asirwa ojeje ne ma no yi ni ato nchen inti better say you be 5,000 bekona sugi beba dan say the 1,000 bekona ekire say you yanka nge say the moko na o police for no say jumo me na o ma ti beria ro be awo krobia obeko sibia na beria o so beria wa at least we all want our peace. If it will take 5,000 you know the 10,000 kind of I don't care. The most important is about to na peaceful no be etimi enya no ko
ala yene mame na wase na wunyanko na gidie yi
oh kwami na me adumo enche bia obetimenka
mate pa because me ye atache to the
enche kwami obetimenka
mate bye bye.